Sam, I want to just say thank you for coming on to the podcast.
No problem, my boy. Anytime. It's a pleasure.
You know what I'm saying? We got the founder of the Triple D Performance Center, located in Dallas, and you know we're gonna drop some gems today.
Yeah.
Just I guess just a come up story, a breakthrough story, and yeah, man, just figure out how this came about. You know, um, I mean, I'll just start off just asking: Are you originally from Dallas? Like born in Dallas?
Yeah, I was actually born in Dallas.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, it's at Parkland Hospital, just
Yeah.
like everybody else.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, you started playing football first, right?
Honestly, no. First, I was playing soccer to start out with.
Soccer. How was that like?
Yeah. So what happened was, I was playing soccer, and then like the kids at recess would always play football. I'd be like, damn, I kind of want to learn how to play football a little bit. So I slowly started to stop hanging out with my soccer friends, start playing football with the kids in the yard, like at recess.
How old were you?
Uh, shoot, however old I was in second grade. I don't remember how old the kids are then, but shoot, it just shoot from there. It just went from there, and then so I started like we weren't even playing with the real rules. We were just picking up the ball and tackling each other. I was like, oh, I like this. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me try to get into this. And it's funny because, Nigerian parents usually ain't with the contact sport thing. So I asked my mom to play football. She was like, no. I was like, damn, I really want to play football. I asked her again, Mom, please can I play football? She's like, no. And then one day my dad snuck me to the registration and then signed me up for football. I went to practice for like a week. And then my mom finally found out I played football, and my dad was just like, no, let him. He wants to play. Let him. Let the boy play. So it went from there. And I just played football ever since.
Ever since?
Yeah.
And what position did you first start off with?
Honestly, when I was first learning the game, because I didn't know the fundamentals of the game, so I played defensive end. So it was more of a position where you could just be athletic and do your thing out on the wing. Because I mean, I really didn't. I had athleticism. I just didn't know how to harness it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you see a lot of times with the younger guys that are kind of like their athleticism hasn't caught up to their skill yet.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of younger guys, so they put them at DN.
Yeah,
DN, yeah. So I played defensive end for a few years, and then I started learning how to actually catch a ball and actually be able to move my body the way you're supposed to move it, how my feet are supposed to be. And I actually think that I actually attribute that to the Green family, Trayvon and them.
Okay.
Yeah, Trayvon Green, and they kind of took me under their wing. So like,
so y'all met like in elementary school?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all go way back.
Yeah, we go back. Yeah, and his family kind of took me under their wing because I mean nobody in our family really played football, so I didn't know how to go from there. Like they're the ones that taught me how to put the pads in my pants and how to tie the straps. Like him and his older brothers and his mom. So like that's where our relationship started from there. And then like I started playing on the select teams with him and stuff. So then like we'll be going traveling around the country.
Oh, select
just playing for yeah.
Oh, like outside of school?
Mm-hmm.
What was one of like the teams that y'all was?
Oh, so the first team I played for was the Coil Cougars. And that was the school team.
Yeah.
But after a while, the Green family was like, "Hey, look, we about to go play some like better competition. It's gonna make you better." And I was like, "Cool, I'm all for it." So we signed up for I think it was Taifa. I can't remember. It might be the league that was on Friday night, Tykes on Netflix. It might have been that league. I can't remember what league it was. But we played the select team was the Mesquite Red Raiders. So that was my first glimpse of like, okay, everybody here is cold. There's nobody's sorry. Everybody here is cold. Competition levels here. And like when I started out with them, I started out like fourth string on the depth chart. Like starting out at the beginning of the season.
Oh, fourth? Oh, fourth?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So I had to like learn and just work my way all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Like I remember coming home crying one day. So my dad was like, I'm fourth string. I'm never gonna get to play. I was getting mad and stuff, and my dad was like, "What are you gonna do about it?" You know how Nigerian parents are. It's not. They're not gonna coddle you.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? Like get to first string. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Like get out of my sight.
So how did you like work your way into like get into first string, and like when Like when did you like decide to start? Like what year would you say?
So this was actually still on the Mesquite Red Raiders team when I was young, and
Mm-hmm.
this was like 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
So uh, I started so I asked Trey's older brother Eric, how would I get back? How do I start? He's like, you got to do something. You got to be extra. You can't just do the bare minimum. So they would stay with us after practice every day. We'll work on whatever we worked on at practice for like 30 minutes to an hour. Everybody gone. It's just me, him, Green family, and we just doing it. And actually, that's when I learned like work ethic. Like you got to do more than you got to do more than what's expected if you want to get to where you're going. So once I worked into that role, that became a mindset. So I didn't have to think about it twice. So, and that's kind of a mindset I'm stuck in even now. I do it unconsciously. I don't think about it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting because it's like it's crazy how like our parents, because I didn't play until like high school,
Mm-hmm.
but it's crazy how like they have so much pushback for it, but you can learn a lot of principles as like a growing boy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? I feel like you think everybody should like join football as they're young? Like, would you put your own son in football that early?
So the way I would do it with my son with football is I'd let them know the risk, and if they still wanted to play, they would play. I never force them to play. Like, I like just force them to play football, but I would like them to play organized sport. But I'm never gonna force my kid to do something.
Yeah.
Some extracurricular thing they didn't want to do. You know, that's how people end up resenting the game. Like we all know one person that's like they were super good throughout all the way going up to like high school and something, and then they just quit because they hate it. You'd be like, damn, you the coldest dude I ever seen play, and you just done it. Like, yeah, I always hated it, never loved it.
So talk about you know, when you entered high school and then that whole Raleigh movement, there was a lot happening like around that time. But I would say as far as GGE.
Mm-hmm.
So like tell me about like the origin story of like how that came about. Like how did y'all all meet each other? Who was like the original members?
Yeah.
Like all that. Like
Okay. So the whole GGE thing, the way that started was it was right smack dab in the middle of the boogie movie. Like the boogie movement, D-Town boogie, where everybody was jigging and boogieing and dugging and all that. And it was right when it was hot. Everybody was learning how to do it, uploading.
Everybody trying to get in the video.
Everybody trying to get in the videos. So like we would literally like learn we would learn all the jigging moves from YouTube videos, and like we'd watch like Geek Squad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we would like learn all their moves and stuff. And the next, we got into jigging.
How'd you find out about YouTube? Like who like told you about YouTube?
I remember when YouTube came out.
Like when it came out, like the actual year?
Yeah, it was like 06. Yeah. I remember it clearly when YouTube came out, but people would only watch like they'd upload their little personal clips, and then like you'd only watch like it wasn't even music videos. It was just like it'll say like T-Pain buy you a drink, and it'll just have the words up there just MP3. Like that. Yeah, just an MP3, and the music would just play. Oh, man. Just like that. Yeah, man, I'm kind of old. I remember them days.
Dang.
Yeah.
You saw the beginning of this whole social media stuff.
Yeah, it was actually crazy to watch. It was real crazy to watch, to see where social media has come from where it started. Yeah. Real crazy.
So you know, GGE, so like everybody was wanting, you know, to be like in the video. So like so go ahead.
Oh, so with GGE, yeah. So it was right smack dab in the middle of the boogie movement. So we decided, hey, there's all these jigging groups. Why don't we make one? Yeah. And like I think we were kind of the first ones in the area, because most of the jigging groups were like in Cedar Hill or they went to like DISD school. So we was the first jigging group in the area.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So like people would start like they would watch us and then like we just started building up from there. Boom, going from there. Then we went to a lot of parties. We went for some high school kids. We went to a lot of parties, and that was almost like jigging practice. So we would just go to parties and jig all day. And then, shoot, I hope my mom don't watch this, but boy, I don't know how many times I lied and said Mom, I'm going to
Nigerian party.
Yeah, I'm going to Nigerian party. I'm going to a little football camp. Boy, we went straight to the parties. We was all up in Carrollton, Plano, Cedar Hill, Frisco. Just, man, that's crazy, because doing that, like going to those different parties and jigging at people parties and stuff, we were networking. We didn't even know we was networking. Yeah. So there's people that I know today like on Twitter, Instagram, just all over. And I'll be like, I can trace our origins back to, oh, we met them at so-and-so party in Plano, in Frisco, just like that. So we was out there being fast and being little thoughts, not even knowing we was networking. So honestly, that's ended up working for everyone, like in the crew.
Do y'all realize that like y'all were kind of like early social media personalities because people like knew you from the videos and they saw you at the parties?
Yeah. So that was the earliest glimpse of that. Like now that you put it that way, we kind of were a little social media presence and we didn't even know it.
Like I know like a lot of people was like, man, I want to get into GGE. You know what I'm saying? Like to a point where like they were like audition. Like
Yeah.
they're audition in the parking lot. So who came up with the actual name?
I actually came up with the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it stand for?
It was Getting Groovy Entertainment. That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
original Getting Groovy Entertainment. Because I think it was like before we called this like we called ourselves like Watch Me Work ENT. Watch Me Work. Whatever.
Man, there's a
After
lot of,
like 3 days, we
there's a
was
lot
like,
of,
hey bro, let's change this hoe, bro.
no, there's a lot of like ENTs, bro.
Mhm.
Like there was a lot, and man, like I remember I was in middle school, and I just started like watching these videos. I got hipped onto this YouTube thing because the whole jerking revolution.
Yep. I remember your videos
Man,
too. Yeah, you
hey,
used to be crushing that hoe.
shit.
I remember them hoes too.
Everybody was doing, you know, just creating their own crews,
Yeah.
jerking crews, jigging crews. Like, man, I remember like one of my goals in middle school. I was like, man, like I can't wait, you know, to go to high school so I can audition for GGE. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be one of them. And then when I got there, I was like, where'd everybody go?
Oh yeah, we was after everybody.
I was like, oh shit, like everybody left. So I was just like, man. So I was like, dang, I need to come up with my own group.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how Najee Fam started.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know, so without me seeing like the whole GG, because like I would see y'all like as a group, like y'all just walking. I was just like, oh shit, y'all be doing, you know, like it'll be positive too. So I was like, yeah, like what if I just come up with my own group? I mean, we didn't really dance or nothing, but we just threw parties in here and there.
Yeah, y'all were early. Y'all were really early creatives. Like before we was doing stuff we didn't even know that had a name on it now. Because y'all were throwing parties. Y'all might not have dancing videos, but y'all were making videos.
Yeah.
Of stuff, doing different things.
Yeah.
And I used to see it. I used to always send me this stuff. I always used to watch.
I used to hear a lot of stories about like back in the day it was like Thunderbird. Like,
oh, okay.
And it was crazy. Like I would always wait till I get to a certain age, and then when I get to a certain age, like nobody, I guess that ain't the thing no more. But like I heard like it was crazy back in the day. Like that was the snapback era.
Yeah,
you were selling hats outside the trunk of your car.
Yeah, I used to pick them up from it was a spot on Harry Hines. I used to go buy them in bulk and sell them on my trunk because they were like hot at the time.
Yeah.
And then like my mom was always down, on Harry Hines just picking up like medical supplies and stuff. She was just like, I saw this hat place. All those hats that you like to wear. I was like, okay, yeah, where is it? And I went up there and it was like, oh yeah, we I'm grabbing snapbacks off the wall.
That was like what, 2011?
Yeah, 2010, 2011.
Dang.
Yeah.
Like what was that transit? Like where'd that even come from for people like went from fitted caps?
Honestly, it became that kind of rolled into the Tumblr era. Where everybody was trying to be like retro with their style and dress, and it kind of started with snapbacks because everybody's wearing the fitted hats and all that with the straight brims, and then next you start seeing little throwback snapbacks pop up. Everybody's like, "Ooh, that shit clean." So everybody started trying to rock vintage stuff, but you know how that goes; it always goes around. And like when I love the snapback era because I remember my favorite snapback was I had a few favorite ones, but the one I remember the most was it was a blue Cowboys one.
Oh Super Bowl, that was clean.
With the 3 Super Bowls on it.
That was clean, man.
It was black. It was black with the blue lettering and the green brim. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. Every time I wore that hoe.
Those are clean.
Yeah, they were.
So tell me some like Thunderbird stories, man. Like,
so Thunderbird honestly took over the reins of actually going to parties. Like we didn't have to go all these different places because now everybody was coming to one spot. So Thunderbird was in Plano. It was a skating rink in Plano, and they'd have like it was the Thunderbird was a skating rink, but the actual club thing was called Club T, like Club Teen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Oh, that was like the nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because the actual skating rink was called Thunderbird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everybody from all over. So people from the Ag coming, people from the Cliff, people from the Grove, people from Mesquite, people from Rowlett, Garland. Everybody come to the same spot, like just partying. So that was like some organic. That was some organic ass networking there too, because like people from the whole Metroplex used to be up in there, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. And when I tell you, like, there was no, I'm gonna show up late to be, trying to be on time to be cool. Niggas was in line at 7.
So like, how did the word get around? Was it still like through like the school, or was it like on social media?
It was actually, it started with just people just ended up just showing up, and then that's when Facebook started to boom too. So when Facebook started to boom, they made a Club T page. I think it's still there too. You can go look it up. They made a Club T page, and then like the people that actually made the page, I know them to this day. They're cool. We talk every once in a while, but they would just like send out just friend requests to everybody from all over. Boom, 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 boom. Then make like a flyer, little makeshift little flyer. So and so party this weekend, $10. It must be 15 and up to come in.
Hell, 15 and up.
15 and up.
Dang.
And then like
I'm like, damn.
It would go like
11 years old. Damn.
Like it would go like that. And it's crazy because it just happened that, I mean, if you had an older brother, you would have been in there. Like I used to take Dio. Dio was like 12, 13. Dio was in there with the big dogs. We was in there 16, 17. Dio in there, just in there. So with Thunderbird, it's crazy because a lot of good came from it, but a lot of bad came from it too.
Yeah, I heard a lot.
So like, I mean, we met a lot of people at Thunderbird. Mm-hmm. A lot of people at Thunderbird, and I think a lot of people in Dallas would say the same thing. They met who? They'd be like, "Damn, I met half my friends at Thunderbird." Type stuff, and yeah, that's the good part of Thunderbird. The bad part was there was so many cliques, so many hoods. Like it was just, and they all under one roof. And then after a while, Thunderbird, low-key, the downfall of Thunderbird was the snapback snatching movement.
Yeah, talk about that, because I used to hear a lot of stories about that.
Yeah, so there was a lot of cliques, a lot of gangs from all over, and they came in. Like, luckily for us, we was cool with all of them. We all knew we knew people from all over. Like we was cool with the.
Just know,
we was cool with the. We had some brothers in the Cliff. We had some brothers in the Grove. We was cool with everybody. So
alliance over there.
Yeah, low key, and that shit happened. And that low key happened through, and it's crazy that happened through football. Just knowing all them and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so we was already like, "What's up? Hey, hi, bye. Hey, I'm in here. Look, this is my hat. Don't take my shit. Yeah, nigga, I'm over there, my nigga."
Damn, people used to
like the thing was, it would be like a gang of niggas, like either in the middle of the party, at the end of the party. Like they'll just be walking through, looking at hats, and one nigga would grab a hat, go like this, and just pass it to the back. All you see is hands going like this. They passing it back. It's one nigga holding all the hats.
Oh, for real?
Like this, and then the nigga that got his hat took, looking like, "Bitch ass nigga, what's up? Like, what you take my hat for?" And the nigga that took it, like, "What you want to do?" You look up, it's 20 niggas. And them niggas circle your ass up, like, "What you want to do?" The niggas just back down, and they'll just move on to the next. Just taking hats. And that was the downfall of Thunderbird. But hey, man, it was good while it lasted, though.
Dang. This shit's crazy. Now, I used to hear a lot of stories over there.
All the stories you hear they probably all was true. That place was wild. Look, I used to mark it on the calendar, like, okay, we got Thunderbird this Saturday. Mom, look, I want to go to Thunderbird in a month. There's a month down the road, I want to go to Thunderbird. I will clean, do what I got to do, but this Saturday, I need to go to Thunderbird. Like, I have to. She'd be like, okay. But you know how they do sometimes. Yeah. No, I had a dream.
I'm like, no.
I had a dream. I'm like, no.
Nah, man.
You can't even go no more.
I feel like y'all sold a lot of I can't get the word out. Arizona I feel like y'all said a lot. Like I feel like y'all could have done like a sponsorship deal if y'all knew about it. Because I remember I'll be watching y'all's videos,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be like, "Oh damn, what's that? Arizona? Okay, let me go to the store." And that's my first time knowing about Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like, because knowing now, like,
Yeah, how it is now, you could have
Instagram,
got a bag off of
TikTokers,
that.
you know what I'm saying? They promoting like Bang Energy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. The reason why we used to drink Arizona is just because, like, up that gas station at the Valero on Rowlett, after football, like, we'll just walk up there and get an Arizona. Like, it was the cheapest drink. That was like 99 cents. Back then, I don't know if it's still 99 cents, though.
Nah, it's still 99 cents.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got, like, different flavors.
Oh, yeah.
What was your favorite one?
Watermelon, for sure.
Watermelon?
Yeah, you can call it what you want. Call it stereotype, call it what you want. But that watermelon used to hit. Man. That was the best one to me.
So what season did y'all feel like so this is high school, this is varsity.
Mm-hmm.
What school, I mean that was like what season did y'all feel like y'all had like a chance to really like go far like in the playoffs and stuff like that?
So the best chance I've ever felt that we had while we were there to go.
What year was that, by the way?
2011. Well, 2011? I graduated 2011, so it was really 2010 season.
2010 season?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was our senior year. We felt like we had the best shot. But I think the year before, that was the best defense I was ever on. Like, our offense was just lagging. Like, we didn't have Grant was still young. Grant Botham. Oh, okay. He was still young. The quarterback. He was still. I think he was a freshman or sophomore, so he was still new to the game. It was just Trey, and Trey was a junior, and our O-line wasn't that good, so he just that really. I think that year really helped him too because he learned how to work without having what you need. So we didn't score a lot, but we used to stop people. We really lost some games that we were supposed to win that junior year. But our senior year, that's when we really put it all together. So we put so Grant, I mean, I think he had 2 years, a year or two under his belt, so he was good to go. Trey had already came into his own and was the superstar running back he was. Our receivers were good. X, Lil C, Chris Osborne, they were good. Our defense was that was the best. It's here and here. My junior and senior year, which defense was the best? Honestly, I think junior year was the best, but my senior year was up there. So the best part of our defense was the D line. I don't know if you remember, we had Zach Wood.
Okay,
we had Zach Wood. Daryl Mason, when we went to UNT. He played at UNT.
Yeah, I remember his name.
And then we had Jared Alvarado. He was cold. He went to Abilene, I believe. He was cold too. That was the best part. Like, they made our life so much easier. And then so they had me at corner, and at the other corner they had Tamari. So Tamari's the fastest dude on the team. When we ran 40s, and I don't know what it was in the water. I don't know why we were so fast at Rowlett. Yeah. For that 10 years, I don't know. I can't tell you to this day.
Oh yeah, like I
don't know why we were so fast, but we were just fast. Everybody was at Rowlett was fast.
Yeah, they had like a
the
record.
40 board.
Yeah, that 40 board.
Like, bro, that year we had, I want to say, 10 people running a 4.4, and 5 people running like a 4.3. Even though it was like a 4.39, still 4.3.
They like 5 kids running.
Bro, we was some kids running real fast. And it was crazy because we weren't even faster than the group before us. Like with Marquise and all them, bro, they was blazing. Marquise wasn't even I don't even want to say he was he might not have been the fastest on the team. It might have been Kyle Clemens, the one that he's been running the Olympics for the past 8 years, running the 400. Bro, him and Keith used to really be rolling people. Like, everybody else would be 20, 30 meters behind. It's just them two up there.
And I know exactly what, like, the coaches said, get in track.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have a choice. Yeah, like, you didn't even have a choice. Especially with Coach Coons.
Coach Coons. He set the tone.
Look,
he was the heart. Hey, in my opinion, he was the heartbeat of the organization.
Yeah, definitely. Because when he left, it was kind of.
Talk about, like, y'all's boot camp, though.
Oh, that boot camp was. Like, I mean, you went through the boot. You had to go through the boot camp, right?
Yeah, and I would say that compared to the boot camp with Coach Coons, and when they all left.
Oh, so you got to do both.
Yeah, like it got softer.
Okay.
It got softer.
So the original boot camp, was hell from the start. Look, they'll tell you the rules of the boot camp. Like it was so detail oriented that you had to come in, you had to have your mind right the whole day before you got there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this. I gotta remember this before I get there. As soon as I get there, I need to do this. So your mind right the whole day. And then like for the people that don't know about the boot camp, it's just a series of drills and stuff you have to do with very, very, very finite detail. And if you don't finish the boot camp with less than 3 mistakes, you don't start spring football. Like they won't let you play spring football. You have to get all those detail oriented things down.
And everybody had to be perfect.
Yes, everybody had to be perfect. So
tell me some stories back then.
So even to this day, I remember. Look, I studied this shit. So to this day, I remember some of the stuff that we had to memorize.
Number 1,
curls. Number 2, chest thrust. Chest thrust. Number 3, military press. Number 4, upright rows. Number 5, deadlifts. Number 6, squat jumps.
Yeah.
Bro, you think that shit, that's in the back of your head, bro. How many years ago was that? And you still like
6, 7.
You're like, fuck.
No, technically for me, like not like 8. That's crazy.
And it's like, fuck.
No, number 1, curls. Number 2, bench press. It was bench press.
Nah, it was chest thrust. It was CC because the acronym thing was CC MUDs.
Oh, really?
Curls, chest thrust. It was curls, chest thrust.
Oh, yeah.
Military press, upright rows, deadlift, squat jump.
Man.
Bro,
damn.
You got to, and then, so, I don't even know if we have enough time to explain the intricacies, like the
go ahead. Go ahead.
So there's four stations, I believe, and there's 3 or 4 group leaders. And every group leader has like 5 or 6 people in their line. And it's people you have to take care of and make sure they're right. And the group leaders are usually like just the older players.
Yeah.
So at the different stations, there's different rules and regulations that you have to follow. And if you don't, you get a whistle, and that's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get a mistake, like they pile up the mistakes at the end of the day and count them up. Like the first day you start off with like 198. And then once you get down to under 3, then that's a perfect day.
Yeah.
And then you can finally start spring football. So like when I say it's detail oriented, I mean like you run in this. So the CC mud station, you run in and there's a tape on the floor. You have to run to the tape. Feet cannot cross the line. All y'all have to be hip to pocket, just like this.
Yeah.
Thumb in your inseam, head up, and shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
If none of that's true, it's a whistle. They come down and inspect you.
Hey, listen, it'll be like 30-degree weather. They don't give a fuck, bro.
They don't care.
Shirt and shorts. That's it. You come up with a hoodie, that's a mistake.
Yep. And then you're outside on the wall, just hand in inseam, just like this, and they're coming by inspecting you. And then like everybody has to face forward. If when they walk by, you can't look at them. They just walking by you like this.
Hell yeah.
And then all you hear is like beep beep, shirt untucked. So you got to get down and do 5 push-ups. So every mistake you do, 5 mini push-ups. They make you get down, boom, 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 do 5 mini push-ups. So like beep beep, they blow the whistle. You got to do 5 mini push-ups. Get up, stand in line, get back in the ranks. But they always find somebody else. It's like beep beep, get down, shirt untucked. Beep beep, he looking at me. Beep beep. Shoes untied. Beep beep. Stepped over the line. So you're getting down doing 10, 20 push-ups. Like you're doing hella push-ups before you even get inside.
Hell, beep beep. Frustration.
Bro,
you better pick. Hey, you start smiling.
Beep beep, smiling. Nigga, what you mean? Oh my god. So
hey, beep beep. Frustration.
So then you get it. So once you finally, you know what I'm saying, you finally make it inside. Like, and then that's when you're like, bro, this shit's crazy. This is too detailed. This is crazy how detail oriented this is. I really
love this though. Continue.
Like, it's so crazy how detail oriented this is. Like, and you get inside, and then there's different stations, and everybody has to split up in their even groups that you have to know before the boot camp starts. So that's already a whistle. Mm-hmm. They give you the paper, and they're like, these are the groups. Memorize it. Know your groups. Know who's in your group. So if somebody gets lost out of your group, you can find them. If you don't, beep, that's a whistle.
Yeah.
So you know your groups. The leader has to memorize everybody's name in their group.
Yeah.
So, and memorize their order. So when you come in, everybody files around. You run around the perimeter, and then everybody files it in. I can't even remember the certain way they had us run and do it.
Yeah.
There's a certain way you had to run around and do it, get into your stations, and you had to get on a knee.
Hell yeah.
Thumb in your insole, big chest, poked out just like that. And then they would, you would sit there, and then they'd go through the numbers again, the CC MUDs. So you'll be sitting there like this, and then they'd walk around to see if everybody's right, They'd be like, oh, beep, beep, shoe untied. Beep, beep, too close to the mat.
Hell yeah.
Beep, beep. He didn't, and you also had to put your weights in a certain position. Everybody had weights.
Yeah,
You had to put it in a certain position on the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like some prison shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, they'll look at your weights and be like, beep, dumbbell too far this way, dumbbell too far that way. Like, you doing push-ups in that hole, just damn.
Yeah.
Like, a couple weeks go by, you finally get to where you don't need to be doing 100 push-ups outside. You get inside, you sit down, and you ready to go. So they call the first number. Number 1, curls. Number 2,
chest thrust.
Beep, beep. Not enough people knew it.
Yeah.
Remember, like, everybody had to yell.
It'd be over like the littlest thing. Beep, beep. Wipe and sweat.
Boy, wipe. That's one thing you could not, bro.
That sweat will be.
The sweat will be getting your eye. You'll be like, oh my God, oh my God. They'll be like, do not wipe. You better not wipe that sweat. You better not wipe that sweat.
That sweat, bro, it be doing you, bro. It'd be like, oh my goodness.
And you couldn't even come like this, beep, beep, wiping sweat. And it was so detail oriented, and you had to be so locked in. And it's crazy that they got so many kids under 17 to get that focused on something in the day of everybody getting diagnosed with ADHD and all this stuff, that they got so many kids to focus. Like, it was almost scary how focused everybody was. Like, there was, in that 1 hour, there was no playing around, no friends, no nothing. You focused at the task at hand.
If you messed up one time, that's cool. But if you messed up twice,
it was on your
like
ass.
10 people get your fucking shit together, nigga.
They're on your ass.
Bro, like, that's like the first time where, like, I realized that in this environment, like, if somebody yelling at you, they just here to help you. Like, this is not like outside of you know, like on the road. You know what I'm saying?
And you had to understand, you had to build that trust with your teammates to understand that I'm not yelling at you because I hate you. Yeah. I'm yelling at you because I love you and I want you to get right so we can get to this and we can attain our goal. Yeah. So let's get right.
Very
so
good.
let's just
build character.
That's all
character building.
And honestly, I don't think a lot of people handled it well, the boot camp, because that was it was a very high intensity thing to do.
Some people quit.
Yeah, some people. Honestly, that's when most of the people quit. Like, quit playing. It was like at the point of the boot camp. Like, I mean, the fatigue, the mental fatigue, and physical fatigue you feel during that boot camp is different. It was different, but I will say build character. And then, like, whenever, even to this day, whenever I go through something that drive me to my low, I lock in.
Yeah.
Focus at the task.
Eyeballs click, ears open.
Man. They had us memorizing military shit. It's crazy. You would think Coach Coons was a military guy, but he wasn't.
Oh, really? I thought I could have sworn he was like 20 years deep in the military.
Nah. He wasn't a military guy.
So he ended up just being like a football coach. Like, he probably got somebody in the military though.
Yeah, I think so. I think along the line, maybe he was raised by some military people.
Yeah,
or something. But he was so like, he came the same way every day, wore the same shoes every day.
Yeah.
Same hat, same everything. Like, came the same way, same energy every single day.
Nah, honestly, like, I wish, because he in Houston right now. Like,
at Bel Air High School.
Yeah, man. I wish, like, when Coach Hardeman retired, I wish he ended up being the head coach.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Because, like,
they would have gone.
And I think that was, like, the first time that I started to realize that, like, coaches are just not here permanently.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that, like, wow. Like, I saw all these coaches that I grew up with from freshman year, like, leave. And it was a whole brand new staff. I think only, like, one coach from the past stayed, but it was a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that boot camp, I feel like that needs to be something to where that like that can happen today, like outside of football, like you know what I'm saying? Because that level of focus, like, it really builds a lot of discipline. Like, you can really learn a lot, like as far as like brotherhood and stuff like that, like really like locking in. Like, that was cool, man.
Yeah, it was. I will, at the time doing it, I'm like, man, I hate this. I can't wait till we stop doing this. But as years went on, it was like, okay, I understand why we did that.
So going after like the season, right? So after like senior year, like what made you choose New Mexico State?
So it's actually funny. I was committed to Minnesota.
Oh, cool. Like Minnesota.
I was supposed to go to Minnesota, and then I want to say like the second to last game of the season, the coach got fired.
Oh, the same coach that was trying to recruit you?
The same coach I had committed to, and I was committed. I was like, I'm good. I went on the visit already. I was like, shoot, Twin Cities, I like it. Here, I'm good. Let's do it. So he had got fired, And then I think the new coach staff wanted me to walk on. I was like, bro, I'm not putting. I worked to that point in my head, like, okay, I'm trying to get to where my mom don't got to pay for college.
Right.
So when that happened, I was like, bro, I'm not getting all the way. I didn't meet the goal just to backtrack and say I'm finna go walk on somewhere. Like honestly, I would have walked on somewhere. It wouldn't have been Minnesota. There was no point in walking on all the way across the country over there when I had a scholarship before.
Yeah.
So I had to open up my recruiting, and there was a few schools that were interested, but I ended up choosing New Mexico State mainly because my homeboy Valerian,
Yeah,
the one that went to Lakeview.
Yeah,
bro, because he was already committed. Because he went to Lakeview, he was already committed. We had knew each other just because we knew each other through football and through Garland Convention Center.
Man,
and
that was
all the Nigerian parties.
That's That's where everybody. Dang, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was at the Garland Convention Center.
Everybody. So that's how we met. So he would call me every day, like, bro, you gotta commit. Bro, you gotta commit. Bro, we gonna change the culture. You gotta commit. So I was finally like, man, let's do it, my nigga. Come on, let's do it, bro. Come on, let's go. So it was good. That like before he was just like a homeboy. He ended up being, after the whole everything in New Mexico State, that's definitely my brother now. Larry. He was my roommate all through, mostly. And that's definitely the bro now. And shout out to him. He just popped the question to his girl. Shout out to you, boy.
Shout out.
Shout out. Shout out my boy.
Congrats.
Yep.
So like so when you got there to like New Mexico, like what's out there? Like what was out there like for fun to do?
So first this is a big culture shock. I got out there because I'm used to big city. I'm used to the Dallas skyline.
Yeah.
I'm used to going on interstate with confusing ass highways and looking up and seeing buildings.
You got 6 lanes on that bitch.
Yeah. So you get there, it's one highway that run through it, or there's two, but it just branches off. There's one, it's Highway 10, and that just runs through it. And then like I'm like, all right, I gotta make this work. This is my, you know what I'm saying? This is where I'm spending the next 4 or 5 years. I gotta make this work. But I will say that the mountains were there beautiful. You can't beat the view in New Mexico. I ain't gonna lie. Like there's like a kind of a purple tint to the mountains just because of like the sand in the air.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've been around there before.
Yeah, it's real nice. It's nice. But in the city, Las Cruces ain't too much for. Let's put it this way: there's not too much for young African American college students to do at that time, bro. Like the biggest club out there is a country bar. It's like a big old bar. It's called Whiskey Dicks. That was huge. I ain't gonna lie, that hell huge. If I was like, because most of the school, the makeup of most of the school is mostly white, Hispanic, and Native American.
Oh wow.
So one thing about then, I met a lot of Native American people in New Mexico. Like in Texas, you meet some here and there. No, there's reservations, and you can meet a lot of people. Like you can meet a whole family. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool.
Did you go to like any like Native American parties?
Not necessarily parties. They were kind of integrated with us.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have like Native American parties. They were kind of in the mix. I would tell, but they be drinking, boy.
For real.
I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Native American homeboys, they be drinking. I'll give them that.
What they be sipping on?
Anything and everything. Anything and everything. But yeah, bro, it's a lot. It's really different down there. I mean, the houses are adult, like they look like adobe houses on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Like
I've never seen those before, but I'm looking up.
Yeah, they look like some remember the Alamo shit.
Oh, okay.
That's what they look like. But on the outside, they're nice. They look like a regular house. On the inside, they look like a regular house. On the outside, it's like adobe and there's like I think I seen 4 front lawns the whole time I was there with grass. It's usually like gravel or just sand. Like that was really the desert. Like when you get there, you can't breathe. Like because you're used to being the lowlands in Texas. Like we live on a flat plain. Basically, you get up there and you get to running and shit, and your first time there. Like we did the conditioning test, and all the Florida niggas passed out. Like first day, all the Florida niggas like, God damn, dog.
Goddamn jit.
God damn, dog. But nah, it was definitely different.
What was like as far as like the parties with like the music? Was it just like radio type of hip hop or like?
So
what?
You gotta understand that New Mexico is very close to the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
So the only people from down south, like that were down there, or like they play sports.
Oh, okay.
So there was 4 people from Dallas over
Oh,
there
wow.
on the team, and shit, mostly at the school, just 4 people from Dallas.
I guess y'all put the city on the map, I guess.
Yeah.
Shit.
But
You put that on your back, put that on your chest.
look, when I tell you, because it's a West Coast school, so most of my teammates were from Cali. Like they were all from the West Coast. Like even to this day, like niggas will like look at my Apple Music and be like, nigga, what?
Yeah,
These niggas. Like, I'll be listening to, like Draco the Ruler. Like my roommate was a DJ from Blue Bloods Clan. I don't know if you heard their music, but they on the upcome. Like they're coming up. Like, he actually played.
Tap in with that.
Yeah, tap in. Definitely Blue Bloods Clan. Like they hard. They're hard for real. And like
when you went over there, did they say that you had like an accent?
Boy, what? Like people were like, I'll talk to people and they'll be like, huh? Like, what? What are you talking about? What? They'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, and their accent is that different too. And then he started talking about New Mexico accents being the worst up there with Baltimore because them hoes so
22.
Nah, they
bro. Nah, Baltimore accents, man, like don't bother me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they real funny up there. But it was different, bro. Like my whole school's from Cali, so like my homeboys would be like half of my homeboys from LA, half of them from like Watts, some of them from like the jungles. Some of them like it'll be funny in the locker room. You'll hear like all you hear is like, whoa, 55 crib. Like motherfucking niggas talking about treetop and all these different gangs, all the Texas niggas, we in here like, but what the fuck? What is this? What is like? Yeah. But we end up learning about all that stuff. It's crazy. That gang culture out there is like bro, that whole so intricate and like it's so, bro, it's crazy. Like you got Crips that like bang CK and BK like they don't mess with Crips or Bloods and they're their own Crip set. It'll be like shit like that. And they'll be like, there's so many hats. Like they'll be like, oh, wear a hat. They'll be like, oh shit, bro, you couldn't wear that home in LA.
Oh, bro.
On the dead homies. Not where I'm from. Like on everything I love. I'm like, nigga, what you mean, nigga? I'll have a Seattle's Mariner hat. I'm like, nah. On sex, you can't wear that hat.
No, they take it serious, bro. Like,
no, they take it.
It's a tribe.
And there was
like, some tribe.
Basically, bro, and there's dead ass like it was niggas on the team, dead ass will bang that shit to the death. If you talk down on their hood, they're like where it doesn't matter where we're at. We're in the cafeteria, we're on the field, we in lunch hall, we in Walmart, and they ready to go. But it was crazy actually seeing how they operate, just a little bit of the West Coast. It's different.
Dang, that's crazy.
It's definitely different. But a lot of those dudes from the West Coast, they still my homies to this day. Like, we talk every day. Like even before I got here, we in a group message just talking.
They like, what up, cuz?
Yep.
Cousin.
What's up, Peasy?
Yeah. So, like the first season that you started playing, like how was like getting adjusted to that team, and like how did that year go as far as like a unit?
Low key, I kind of had a rude awakening when I got there because don't want to necessarily. I felt like I was the man at Rowlett, but I knew I was good. But I knew that like it was some old heads there that was better than me. Yeah, and them niggas knew the game, and I just need to sit back and learn. But there was a couple times in like practice and camp where I'll get my shot, and it was like niggas was like, "Oh yeah, we finna welcome this nigga to college football." Like I went head up with a nigga, and that nigga trucked me, and my chin strap flew off. My ear pad went over there, and it happened on the offensive sideline. So this happened on the offense, and them niggas, like crowding around me. I'm like, damn, nigga, this how I go. And it's crazy because like in college they give you a little more freedom when it comes to certain things. Like in high school, they're never gonna let you crowd around a nigga and do that shit. Them niggas crowd around my ass. Oh, nigga, yeah, nigga, welcome to college football, nigga. Yeah, I'm 60, nigga. Get your ass up, nigga. Come get some more, homie. I was like, all right, shit. So as a player, that first year,
different level.
Yeah, it was definitely a different level. You gotta understand, everybody's the man.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like once you get to college, it was like, all right, nigga, shit. I was that nigga in my high school too. What you mean, nigga?
Yeah.
Like, what's up? We all good. We all on scholarship. Like, what's up?
You ran a 4.2? Fine. I ran a 4.1. Hell.
Basically. Yeah. You ran, or even like, you ran a 4.2. So nigga, I bench 405. Nigga, what's up? Like, what you bench, nigga? Like, even if you nigga didn't beat you, like, there's so many ways niggas was like ahead of you and you had to catch up that you didn't even know.
Shit. You bench 405? Shit, I squat 600.
Exactly.
705.
It was good though. I was definitely ready for it. I was prepared for it. Well, I wouldn't say I was prepared for it. I was mentally prepared for it. I wasn't physically prepared for it. Because when I got there, I was like 165.
Oh, wow.
165. And at the time, they built our team off of size as opposed to athleticism. That's what the old build of the team was. So we had big receivers, big running backs, big quarterback, big linemen. Everybody was just huge. So they would try to kind of impose that was their style of play, imposing their will on you. I mean, we kind of transitioned to what it is now, but before then, we were transitioning from the old style of football.
Okay.
So I was in college from old style of football to new.
What's like the difference between?
Like they were running spread offenses, but not like how they run them now. Like everybody tempo, boom, go, boom, boom, boom. Like Oregon's offense was new. That whole scoring 60, 70 points a game. Because niggas running 100 plays back to back to back to back to back to back. Before it was like it was a slower pace, more I formation. There was still people playing fullback. Like now you can't even find a fullback in college football. Like they're like a tight end or a H-back, kind of like a tight end hybrid. Like there was true fullbacks. Like my freshman year, true fullbacks, like on teams we played. So that was a transition year, but honestly, I wouldn't change anything about it. I had to relearn how to play DB because my coach Dwayne Walker, well, he's in the NFL now. He was an NFL coach before too. He coached Champ Bailey and Ty Law, and those are two Hall of Fame corners.
Oh wow!
So he would treat us like he would treat us like grown ass men, like pros. Luckily, I was ready for it, just because what I was going through at Rowlett boot camp. So all the trials and tribulations, I could handle it. Like some of my older teammates couldn't. My freshman year, we had like 10 DBs quit. Damn, I remember there being like 15 DBs in the room. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of us. And then like after like a couple weeks, there was like half of that gone. So with him, it was like, okay, I learned the high school way to play DB, and now I'm going to learn the NFL way because my coach is an NFL coach.
Yeah.
So he taught me we went from learning how to play the position with this amount of details to learn how to play it with this amount of details. Like we're doing, like, like he had us knowing the route a receiver is going to run before the play was snapped. Like, let's say the ball was on the far hash. Right. It'd be on the far hash. The receiver has a outside split. He can't go outside. He's going to run a post, curl, or dig. Scoot 2 yards inside, keep your pedal, and then just anticipate what's coming.
Damn.
It'll be like shit like that. And you think about this all as the play is going. Like, as soon as he lines up, you like this, boom, far hash. He's outside the numbers, boom, scoot inside. There's only a few things he can run. If he tries to run an out route, I'm picking pick six, takes to the house. All that's going through your head at one time.
Yeah, within like a 5-second situation.
Within like a 5-second situation. All that's going through your head. And we didn't have to do that at Rowlett. At Rowlett, it was just line up, hack thunder. This is my man. I'm watching him. That's it. I just have to focus on him. Now I'm learning formations, tendencies. Like we had since it was an NFL style coach, they would give us a game plan every week that had all their tendencies by percentage lined up. It was a big ass book like this. We were expected to read it throughout the week. So we'll get it Monday, and then by Saturday morning, we expect to have read it all. We play on Saturday nights. So by Saturday morning, you expect to have read it all. And it wasn't even something that was like, oh, fuck, we got to read it. It was like, nigga, we trying to win. This is what it takes. Like, you doing homework, pause the homework. You doing this. Like, you reading your shit, studying it.
So what was your major in
kinesiology.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied. It was pre-med before. And I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist. I was like, but I want to work with people that want to get better all the time. Yeah. Because, I mean, with PT, you're not always going to be working with people that necessarily want to be doing PT.
Right. They just did it just like, out of circumstances.
Yeah, they're like well, I mean, like working on patients. Like working on patients, they're like, they just fractured their elbow. They're like, I don't want to be here. I'm miserable. My elbow's fractured. As opposed to like personal training and coaching, it's like you come motivated. They come with a fire and I flame it. That's basically how, like with the training stuff, I don't give you your motivation. You might feel like your motivation is not there because your flame is so small. You might feel like it's not there. All I do is fan it. Yeah. And I bring it out of people. And I'm a firm believer in like positive affirmations while we're training, while we're doing everything. Like, I won't be like, hey, that rep sucked. Like, although that's how different people train, I'll be like, hey, that rep sucked. I'll be like, hey, let's slow it down, get it right. You can do better than that. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. You look good.
You look good.
You look real good.
What year or what season, I guess, was the season that you got injured?
So the season I got injured, so after my freshman year, the next year we weren't very good. I got a lot of playing time, a lot of experience, but we weren't a very good football team just because we were a new team and we had a whole new staff. Because my coach then left for this was his last year before he left for the NFL, but he got a whole bunch of new like staff members and we weren't very good at all, like at all. That's the one team I was like, all right, nah, we this is not a good team.
Yeah.
But we just ran the course, did our thing. We got all the young guys got experience, and then the next year, leading up to the next year, it was my third year, because I didn't start the after my freshman year, my first year there. So I redshirted, and then that next year when we were really bad, I didn't start, but I played a lot.
Okay.
So I was a starter in the third, my redshirt sophomore year, and I think I was probably having the best camp of my life at that point.
You was having a field day.
What, boy? I was breaking up passes, forcing fumbles, doing all this. Like, I remember, I think my mom still has it. Like, we had like a newspaper article. It was me in another corner. Like, we just posted. Like, I didn't even know they took the damn picture. Like, we just posted like this. They took the picture, and then they had us. They had us up there, and it was like 2 DBs expected to make a huge impact. They had him, and they had me. They were just talking about all our stuff. I think my mom still has it. Yeah. So then, literally, like the next week. So at practice, we do like competition scrimmages, and the defense was up, and then the offense broke a long run, and they were yelling. They're like, "Yeah, we about to win!" Da-da-da. Like they're yelling. He's getting ready to score. It's a long run, so I chase him down. Like I took an angle, and I'm chasing him down. Boom, boom. I'm like, bro, these niggas not finna win. Fuck that. They not winning today. I could have low key. I could have let him score, and in hindsight,
and this was practice, right?
Yeah, this was practice. So he gets to about the 10-yard line, and I catch him, and I come around his shoulder, and I try to tackle him, and I feel the ball. So I'm like, I'm about to rip this hoe out. So I stop with my foot, and he keeps going, and kind of hits my leg to the side, and it just, everything, my whole knee just went like this.
Your knee, like that?
Yeah, the whole knee. So I tore my MCL, PCL, ACL, and LCL.
BBLs. All the L's.
Everything. And like, I was like, I heard the loudest pop. I'll never forget.
Heard the pop?
Boy, I heard the loudest pop.
Bro, how did that feel?
So initially, I just heard a pop, and I was like, I'm not like,
oh shit.
Initially, I'm like, damn, niggas playing baseball? Like, did somebody just hit a baseball? Because there's a baseball field across from me. I'm like, did somebody hit a baseball? And then we fall, and I feel this intense burn. It's not even like a pain. No normal sensation of pain is like a sharp.
Yeah.
This is a burn. It feels like somebody lit my leg on fire. And I look over, and I can't pick my knee up. So I lift my leg like this.
You're on the ground right now.
Yeah, I'm on the ground. I lift my leg, and my foot's turned. It's like this.
Your foot?
Yes. I'm thinking, I thought I broke my ankle. Like, I thought my ankle was broke. I was like, bro, I broke my fucking ankle. And I looked closer, and my knee was turned like this.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so let's take a step back. Okay, so you hear a pop.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like the burning sensation. And then I'm assuming that, like, when you saw it, that's when, like, it hit you.
Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, bro, my leg is turned side. My leg is looking at like, I'm laying down like this. One foot's up like this. The other foot is looking at this foot like this. And I'm holding myself at the knee. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Was that your first time getting injured?
Yeah. It was my first time getting injured.
Like, in your football
career? Yeah, I mean, I had small injuries, like little nicks and...
Yeah, but...
The first big time injury, yeah.
Dang.
So, the recovery for that was brutal. Like, I still have the scar runs up from, like, my thigh, the middle of my thigh, to the bottom of my calf, where they split it on the side and had to go in there and fix. Because there's a tendon on the side of your leg right here. Like, you can feel it just like that. Like, when I would feel my knee, it wasn't there. So they had to go in and reattach that hoe. Like, they really went in and reattached every ligament in my knee because it was all just gone. And my knee swelled up to, like, it was at least this big. My foot, like, my knee was that swollen. Like, it would not move.
I know everybody was just rushing to figure out, like, what's going on.
At the time, it was silent. It was dead silent. We were having a loud ass. It was a scrimmage too, so there was a lot of people there. So there was a lot of people there watching the scrimmage, and then it was just. I just remember being silent. Like, damn, this whole over. I remember just being like, bro, this whole over. Ain't no way.
You just thought of just thinking about your future and everything.
No, it's over. And honestly, when it got to like, as crazy as it sounds, God, that was a humbling moment for me because I was starting to feel myself. I really was, because like the type of camp I was having, like the type of training camp leading up to, like you have training camp leading up to the season.
Yeah.
Like the type of camp I was having, we had an All-American receiver. I was locking his ass up on a daily basis. I'm locking everybody up, like making plays every single day. I start feeling myself a little bit. I'm like, bro, I'm going stupid this year. I'm thinking about celebration. I'm thinking in my head like, nigga, what am I do when I break up this pass? What kind of celebration I'm gonna do this year? What I'm gonna do? Am I gonna hit one of these?
Yeah.
Am I gonna hunt? What am I gonna give him a yawn? Like, oh, this nigga suck. Get him out my face.
Yeah.
Like, and that's my thought process leading up to the season. And then that happened. And I was like, bruh.
And like, so this was a transition going into what season? So like, I mean, for example, like season 1 going to season 2.
Season 2 going into 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when that happened, I had a grueling rehab. And then we fired our defensive coordinator, brought in another one.
Yeah.
So when that happened, everybody's getting moved up and mixed up and all that. And then, I mean, the guy, he didn't know too much about me because I was hurt. Like I had got surgery, and I mean, they're practicing, doing all this stuff. He didn't know too much about me, and they moved me to like an outside linebacker position, kind of like a set, like it was kind of like in the Legion of Boom, Cam Chancellor's position. It's like a safety outside linebacker.
Oh, okay.
So they moved me to that. So they were like, and this is where I think things kind of snowballed into my next injury, because when they moved me to that position, it was like, all right, I'm weighted 180 at the time, my third year.
Hey.
I'm 180.
From 160 to 180. No,
165 to 180. But bro, that's still not big enough to play the position I was playing.
Right.
So them niggas was like, hey, you got to pack on like 30 pounds.
30 more pounds.
Yeah.
That's 30 a lot of pressure.
Pounds. Bro, when I tell you I was drinking mass gainer after every meal. And there's a mass gainer like a protein shake with hella calories, hella carbs, everything. Just pack it in. Like a mass gainer. You just putting calories in your body. I'm drinking a 600 calorie shake with every single meal I eat. I'm eating 4 meals a day.
Is that healthy?
No, it's not. It's really not healthy. But at that time, I mean, we didn't really have. Honestly, our strength and conditioning program wasn't state of the art by then. We ended up bringing in a guy that knew what he was doing, but before that, we was on some bullshit. That was part of the reason why we sucked that year I was talking about, because our strength and conditioning was ridiculous. But so I'm packing on all this weight. In my head, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm doing good, nigga. I go from I had to get rid of my whole wardrobe because nothing fit.
Yeah.
So I was 180. I went from 180 to 217.
Go ahead and throw away that V-neck.
Bro, I threw away everything. I'm like, bro, look, I got to donate all this to Salvation Army because nothing fit. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I'm packing on pounds and I'm thinking I'm doing good. I'm getting strong as hell. Like before I was strong, like, okay, I'm just strong, naturally strong, because we used to lift a lot. But at this is when I got like on some grown men strength.
Yeah.
Like I think at the time I was benching, because we did do 1 rep maxes just because it's kind of dangerous. You don't want to put too much strain on your body just to see how strong you are. So you do 5 rep maxes. So I did like 345 6 times, like on bench. Like I was just like 6 times. I was getting strong because I was getting ready to play outside linebacker. So the bad thing about that, putting on all that weight, was it wasn't a good thing to do because I was coming off the knee.
Oh yeah.
Like I still needed to be light on my feet and light for a longer time before I put on weight. So
okay, I see that. Yeah, it was a lot of weight on that knee right there.
So one of my legs wasn't hurt, so it stayed its natural strength.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rehabbing this knee, trying to play catch up. So when you get ACL surgery, you get muscle, like you lose all your muscle. Like you can touch your bone like this through your skin, just because it's a major reconstructive surgery. So yeah, you lose all your muscle mass and you have to work it back up.
How like the insurance for that, like how does that work? Like when somebody like myself, like their
it's all covered. It's all covered in the
scholarship.
Yeah, it's all covered. Like all the surgeries and all that stuff are covered. You don't have to come out of pocket for anything.
Okay, that's good. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm building. So one of my legs is the same as normal strength. I'm trying to build up. I'm playing catch up with this knee, and it's still. And you gotta remember, I tore everything in this hole, so everything hurts. All the movements hurt. And I'm doing rehab. I'm like, bro, this shit is painful. It hurts. Like, so I couldn't rehab all day like other niggas would do, just rehabbing all day. Like my shit would get sore. I'd have to ice it for like a day.
Damn.
Just because like my wounds would get sore, or like the cut'll be hurting and shit. And like they had to put me on a machine that manually bend my leg. because it wasn't progressing fast enough. So like it was like I would sit my knee in it and it would just bend, come back straight and bend. They said I had to move up like 10 degrees every few days. So it started at this angle all the way to this angle, and then all the way into like this angle. So it's bending my knee like that. So I'm slowly but gradually bending my knee and all that. That shit was painful. I used to have to sit in that for hours.
Damn.
That shit was painful.
Explain like the headspace you was in
I
at that
was
time.
not in a good headspace at all. I was not mentally where I was supposed to be at that time.
Did you feel a little bit well, maybe not even a little bit, like depression?
Oh yeah. But I didn't know what it was at the time. At the time,
Yeah.
you know, they don't really teach fellas about depression or mental illness or anything you're going through. It's just like just get over that hump.
Yeah.
Just do what you gotta do. I'm depressed. I'm sleeping 15 hours a day, not knowing why I'm so why am I so tired? I just slept 15 hours. Why do I not want to go to rehab? Why do I not want to go to school? My grades start slipping. Like I was like, bro, I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to just sit in my room and just not do shit. And then it made it worse because everybody went home for summer for a couple of weeks, but I had to stay in Las Cruces because I couldn't fly. So everybody was gone, and I'm just at home by myself, 15, 16 hours a day.
Oh, where did it go?
Everybody went home, like everybody went home. Like we're in Las Cruces, all the players went home, and everybody went home because
during what?
Summer.
Okay, during summer.
But with the football players, you only get 2 weeks off the summer. You have to come back.
Oh, just 2 weeks?
Yeah, there's no summer break. Like you don't get summer break. You come back to summer school and then you just go to there. I don't even remember how I got out of that headspace. I don't think I truly got like 100% out of it until like maybe 3 years ago. Because it lingers. Every time.
Dang, 2-3 years.
Every once in a while it'll come back.
Even after you graduate.
Yeah, every once in a while it'll come like creeping right back, and you always know when it's coming. Yeah.
You feel like that entire experience, like you get injured, like you have some like PTSD a little bit.
Low key, a little bit, and that's what really that was a part of. There's a few reasons why I tore my other knee too. That was part of from PTSD from my first one. I was running different. I was moving different. I'm like, okay, I don't want to hurt this knee. I'm moving different, running different.
Oh, okay. So going back to like how you got the second injury. So talk about that. How that happened?
So after my first injury, I wasn't a very good player because I was hurt. Like I was slow. I couldn't move that well. I had to wear this big ass like that. You see that knee brace that make the linemen wear?
Yeah.
I had to wear one of those. I'm trying to cover people wearing that hoe.
And wide receivers like, okay.
Yeah, like okay, so you got a big ass knee brace on, and we taking your ass up top. So like that was a struggle trying to get back from that. So initially,
on top of that, new coaches that don't really know how you've been playing before.
Exactly.
Probably watching tapes, but like
and then really
so they like, oh, this nigga's just not.
Yeah, and then that position was more of a linebacker than the DB.
Yeah.
So now you throwing me in I ain't never been in the box. I always either play receiver or corner. I was always in space on the outside. Now you're throwing me in the box, so I had to learn how to do that all over again while trying to get back from the knee, while trying to carry all this weight.
This new weight, 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah, this 20, 30 pounds, and that all just culminated into me hurting my second knee. But it's crazy because towards the end, before I hurt my second knee, I was starting to put it all together again. I had worked myself back into a starting role again.
Okay.
So I was playing that linebacker position thing, that safety, and I worked myself into a starting role. So another scrimmage comes around, and I do a normal routine tackle, like everyday normal tackle. And like I just hear my knee pop, and I'm like, bro, no fucking way, bro.
Yeah, I know you was mad as shit.
Like, and then like I got up, like with this knee on the second knee, I just tore my ACL.
So it was on the second. So it was
a completely other knee.
Oh damn.
So on this knee, I tore on the second one. I tore this one. I'm like, it was just my ACL, and I'm like, bro, I know I didn't just tear my ACL. That's what was going through my head. Like I know I didn't just tear my ACL.
But hold on. So how long was like the entire rehab for the first injury?
The first knee didn't get better. The first knee got better after I finished rehabbing the second knee. It was still hurting up to that point, and still like.
So like from the first injury till then, like how many months was that?
The first injury to the second, or the first injury until I was.
No, the first injury to the second.
That was a year.
Dang.
Yeah.
and I know you mad at you like, damn, so I gotta do this a whole nother year again.
Bro, a whole nother year again. So I tear my ACL. I pop up and I'm like, I get because there's something called like a desk test where they go like this and they pull on your knees to see if it's torn. I do it to myself on the field like, bro, this shit's torn. And I get up and they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I know it's torn. I'm like, well, let's go get an MRI. I was like, you don't have to get one. I know it's torn.
Damn,
so we
bro.
go get an MRI. So I walk off the field. We go get an MRI and it's torn.
Bro, what is up in the scrimmage, bro? I know. Like,
I don't know what it is, bro.
I don't know, like juju or something like that, bro.
I don't know what it is, bro.
Or the same nigga that just showed up to the scrimmage.
I don't know, bro.
Like, golly. So you never got injured like that in an actual game setting. It was just in those scrimmages.
Yeah, no scrimmages.
Yeah. So like the first time, you were like in shock, like, whoa, what the hell, like. But the second time, you was like mad as hell.
Yeah, I was mad. The second time I was pissed. I was just pissed because I had
like what the rehab like.
Yeah, I know what the rehab like, and I just worked myself into a starting role. I just got to being a starter. 1 week of practice, had a good practice. Next week, boom. Like, bro, are you serious? So, but the good thing about this knee is I knew what would happen if I let myself sink into that place again mentally.
Yeah.
So I didn't let myself get there. So I just was always optimistic in rehab, like a positive affirmation. Like, you're going to get right. You're going to get right. This knee going to get right. This knee going to get right too. I'm working on both knees. Fuck it.
And this is like the second season going to the third season?
This is the third going into fourth. Yeah. So I've only played 1 year. And I've tore my ACL back-to-back years before the season started. So, yeah.
Damn,
right before the season started. Yeah. Crazy.
I know if you can go back in time, you would have sat out for that scrimmage.
Yeah, I would have sat out. Definitely would have sat out.
My God, man.
But, hey, that's a time that I learned about positive affirmations.
Yeah.
During that time period. And I actually came back and got to being almost as fast as I was the first time before I tore up both my knees. Oh, so wow. I ended up bouncing back and getting back a little bit more of my athleticism. So I went from being slow after the first knee to after tearing both of my ACLs being like, okay, almost fast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they actually moved me back to safety and corner. So I got to drop all the weight and get back right again.
Good shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we had fired the defensive coordinator before.
Again.
Yeah. So we're on our third or fourth coordinator now.
People like, who are you?
Like, hey, man, I know how the game go, bro. So while I was there, I kind of took it. So when I came back, I kind of understood that, they were like, okay, this nigga, he gets hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we probably damaged goods, so we're not just going to be throwing him. We're not throwing him out there. Just going to get hurt. Let's work on one of these younger guys.
Yeah.
But I was never like salty about it because those are like my little bros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even to this day. Shout out my boy DeMarcus.
Shout out.
Shout out my boy Shamad too.
Shout out.
Happy birthday, brother.
Where are they from?
Shamad is from Austin.
Oh,
and
okay.
then DeMarcus is from Denton.
Oh, so you started seeing more people from Texas coming over.
Because you know what happened? They started realizing like, oh shit, Texas niggas kind of cold. Let's recruit Texas a little more. Because what happened was by this time, Valerian, he's in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
So he from Garland. He in the NFL. My other homeboy that was from Dallas, Austin Franklin, he in the NFL. And then our fourth homeboy, they didn't go to the NFL, but he made a big impact. So there's 3 or 4 out of 5 Dallas people here, and everybody either went to the NFL or made a huge impact on the team. It was all right, we finna start recruiting in Texas. So that next year, like, they just did an overhaul. Like, they brought in like 15 Texas kids. And I was like, well, I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day.
Where the college niggas at though?
They still there. It's kind of half and half now.
Okay.
Before it was like 90-10.
Oh, okay.
But now it's like half and half. And it's crazy because like we got it to the point where niggas was playing Southside the Realest at house parties.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we walk to a house party, you hear Southside the Realest. I'll be like, damn, nigga, I never expected that in Mexico.
Yeah, I can't make this up.
And then also the good thing about that was in El Paso's 40 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, El Paso, for some reason, El Paso niggas wanted to be like Dallas niggas.
All right, you was talking about how people from El Paso were trying to act like
Dallas niggas. Like Dallas niggas and shit. And then like they had like the military people and most of the military people from down south, somewhere down south. So they had like a good little culture down there. So we'll drive like every weekend. We'll drive to El Paso and just go to the club. They know how playing Dallas music. Niggas be like, hey, that Dallas nigga, go ahead, jig, nigga. We know you can jig. We be in that hood.
Hey.
You dig? Go. So that was actually a fun time too.
Did you start going to like El Paso towards like the end of like college or like
it was throughout? Yeah.
Okay, but
it was always in El Paso.
But more like people from Texas started coming, then to kind of change the culture a little bit.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
So like, so the first season, so okay, you redshirted, and then it was and then the first season you was able to play.
Yeah.
And then the second and third season back to back you couldn't play. And then, so how did the fourth season go?
So the fourth season, I was more of in a coaching player role.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a backup. Like I knew all the positions. So if somebody got hurt and went down, I had to know everything. So I knew the strong safety, free safety, both corners. But we ran like a weird defense where the two corners had different calls, different all this other stuff. But I had to know all of them.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, I took more of a player coach role. So like I knew all the positions and all that stuff. So if somebody went down, I just knew I knew I could come in. So I knew like all the safety and linebacker positions and all that. So at that time, it was more about me finishing out my career and having fun.
Yeah.
While I did it and ending it on my own terms instead of ending it because of an injury.
Right.
So I stayed positive. I just stayed positive the whole time. I really enjoyed those last 2 years. I really just enjoyed. Like I sat back and enjoyed the years. Like I look back and reminisce, and I was like, I wouldn't change anything.
Right.
Like the way I think about the world now, the way I think now, I'm like, I wouldn't change anything that happened. Like those last 2 years, I just sat back and watched. I watched how the players, like how the young players came up, how the coach treated the young players, how they treating this player opposed to this player. Like I'm just sitting back, just peeping everything. But
no, that's a good mindset because, like, some people may be like, man, like if I didn't have those those two injuries, I would have been in the NFL and stuff like that, and like, like by like the second injury, because I know like your freshman year, you're like, okay, like I'm gonna get these 4 years, and then make sure I go to the NFL. Like, when was like the time where, because you said like you were just like your last year, you were just focused, just having fun and on your own terms. When did you logically started looking at the NFL, like how that would be like an option for you and stuff? Like what was your mindset on that, and how did you?
Like, are you saying like when did I understand that it probably wasn't going to happen? Or after the second one?
After the second injury?
After the second one, I was at peace with it.
Okay.
After the rehab and all that stuff, and I was doing a positive affirmation, I was like, well, if, you know what I'm saying, NFL's probably not in my future, but like I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm a college football player, D1.
Yeah.
Get free stuff all the time. And even though we were being exploited because they was making a lot more money off of us than we was making for them.
So I'm glad that you said that. So I think this was last year. They put into the news that they were going to start paying. I think they started paying I think it's UCLA maybe. Yeah, they started paying.
So like the Cali schools, I think their players get paid off their likeness now.
Yeah, cuz.
Yeah,
I get paid off my likeness now.
My bread, cuz. On the dead homies.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Cali people, the Cali schools, they can get paid off. I don't think anybody else can. No, they haven't done that yet. But the Cali schools are definitely working on it, and it's just crazy because they try to get you to think that, oh, you D1 and you get all this stuff. You need to be grateful. Yeah, it's just like a little, that's a little peep. Like it's just a little tip of the iceberg.
Could you even like have like a YouTube channel or something like that? Like,
no. Like there was a player that he started making money off his YouTube channel, and they were like, return the money or you're ineligible. He's like, no. He still has a YouTube channel to this day.
That's crazy.
He was a punter at UCF. It's a black dude. He has a I can't remember what his YouTube is, but he's still making videos to this day.
Hey, that's oh shit. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so he's a punter at UCF, and he still has a YouTube channel to this day. He's still making money off his YouTube, but they were like, you have to return all that money back, or you're ineligible. He's like, no, I'm not. Get some damn boy football then.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
and
like,
it's crazy, bro. Like
it's kind of like the like signing like a record label. Like, hey,
almost, bro. Look, and then there's no way to win because I don't know how it is at other schools, but we weren't allowed to. They wouldn't let us get a job.
all right, we back.
Yeah,
All right, so you was talking you was talking about the punter,
yeah,
and then yeah, you, you
yeah. So
remember? Go ahead.
yeah, and then so with that, I don't know how it was at other schools, but they didn't let us get a job. They said no, you can't get a job. It's going to interfere with football stuff. They also wouldn't let us make money off our name. So they give us a stipend check every month, and that shit was not enough at all. Like that hoe was about like I think we got 900 a month.
900 a month?
Yeah, and you were supposed to live off that for 900 a month. Your rent, your utilities, all that.
Oh, all that included?
No, none of that was included. It's 900 a month. Live off of it.
Okay, mine is like the rent and stuff. Like, so this is like the rent and everything else, and this is like your pocket money. So
No, you get a check for $900 every month.
yeah,
And you're staying off campus because after a while you have to stay off. Either you stay off campus and they give you 900 a month, or you stay on campus and they don't give you shit.
okay,
So you stay off campus, they give you 900 a month, and they basically like, oh, you can live off of that. I mean, you're young, you don't really know.
so live off of as in like you use that to pay rent
Rent, utilities, food, all that.
for 900,
900 a
and it's
month.
kind of like a wash for them because like technically the school owns like the football team, so it's
Hmm.
like they basically paying back their self.
Yeah, but we weren't paying. So you would move off campus.
Yeah,
Sign at least 900 a month. You're on your own. Do what you got to do. So
damn.
that was nowhere, and everybody on the team didn't get FAFSA. Most of the people on the team that got FAFSA, like they're paid, like they were sending money home,
Yeah,
like sending money home for bills. Like, oh shit, I just got 4 racks. I can't just keep 4 racks. Like my
yeah,
mom need to pay this light bill. My dad need to do this, do. So they FAFSA gone. They living off their 900. Like
yeah,
I don't know how other D1s were. We're living off like ramen noodles. Like trying to build up your body to like to be a Spartan basically. You living off ramen noodles and all that.
all right, go ahead.
So like, and we did have like the cafe. They did let us go in the cafe free, but that cafe, the food was trash. It was not. It was not what's especially for like an athlete
Yeah,
trying to get right. It wasn't. It wasn't what that was. And then like some of the guys got hip, and they was like, "All right, so we not really getting. We ain't getting that much money. You know what I'm saying? We gotta eat ramen noodles. Hey, bro, let's start sneaking Tupperware into the lunchroom and packing
damn.
the food up, and so you can take it home." And they caught on to that, so we couldn't do that no more. And then like bro, people just let's just think people on our team were desperate for money. They were doing things they had to do to get it that they would never normally do.
That's
So
crazy.
now the NCAA and all that's creating a whole subgenre of hell
Yeah,
within the athlete community. That's what, bro. All these athletes that be getting in trouble. You be like, well, what the hell? Why did he rob a? Why did he rob two? Why did he rob that somebody
yeah,
sitting at a red light? Why did he do this? Like niggas broke, bro. You don't get no money. They say you can't work. You gotta work. You gotta go to school. You gotta go to
yeah.
practice. You gotta go to meetings. And they say, no, you can't work. Here's your little $900 check. Make it work.
You're like, man, I'm gonna sell this weed real quick.
I'm gonna sell this week. I'm gonna break into this car. I'm gonna do that. So now you doing it. You supposed to be a college athlete.
Oh yeah,
You gotta worry about you gotta worry about college athletics. You gotta worry about your studies, and you gotta worry about having some money.
that's crazy.
And you know what's crazy?
And it's a full scholarship
It's a
too.
full scholarship. They don't tell you that.
Talk of the partial scholarships, half scholarships.
No,
That's
they don't even at D1s. They don't do partial. It's either
okay.
100%
Yeah,
or you walking on. And then like it's crazy how this all comes full circle
mm-hmm.
because we actually recently got an NCAA settlement because the cost of living and the cost of tuition was going up,
Yeah.
but our stipend checks stayed the same.
Oh wow.
So cost of living was going up just like this here,
Yeah, yeah.
and they were giving us the same amount of money all the years. So they came in through I can't remember how much the settlement was, but they paid out players from I want to say '05.
Oh, that graduated? Oh
Yes, they
wow.
already graduated from players from like 2000. No, even I think even before might have been like 2003, all the way up
Mm-hmm.
to 2014. They paid them the difference.
Nah,
of the
for
cost of
real.
tuition. You know, it's crazy. So this is how it all ended up working for me. So with the class action lawsuits, those take years to pay out.
Yeah.
So as I'm going through trials and tribulations, boom, with the training stuff, doing all that stuff, they come through the settlement and they're like, okay, we won. Like the players won, they're about to pay it out. So it pays out. A year goes by. And then they pay me out. So I was at New Mexico State for 6 years. So the more years you were there, the more money you got.
You're like, shit, I'm finna.
So I'm like, so the whole time in my head, I'm like, at the time I was like, before I'm like, when I was being positive, I'm like, yeah, everything's all good. I've been at this bitch for a long time, learned, did what I had to do. I have no regrets. So all that ended up working out for me because I ended up getting like 13,000.
For real.
Yeah, they sent me a check for 13,000 for the class action lawsuit, and I put all that into the gym.
Wow. So
all of it.
Interesting. Hold on. Stop. So hold on. So, ended up being 13,000. So after like your 6th year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You graduate. So at that part, so you got 13,000. You graduated. What type of future was you thinking? Like,
So I actually didn't get the 13,000 until because that class action lawsuit took a few years to pay out.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get the 13,000 until 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. That's just
I got
recent.
that.
Okay,
I got
I'm
it 2
tripping.
years
This is
ago.
recent. Okay, so you so let's take a step back. So you graduate from college.
Mm-hmm.
What was your plans? Like, what was you
So
thinking?
when I graduated from college, I really didn't know where I wanted to do because I know I didn't want to do PT, but I wanted to do some of athletics. So I ended up moving to Houston and being a skills trainer.
Oh yeah, I do remember you going to Houston.
Yeah, so I was a skills trainer, but I wasn't a personal trainer. I was just a skills trainer. So I was doing football and sports stuff.
Okay.
So I was actually at one of my homeboys. His name's Justin Allen. We were teammates in New Mexico. So
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to him. We was actually teammates, and he brought me on board like just come out to Houston because I wasn't really doing nothing at home. I was just trying to figure out. I was at home for like a month or two trying to figure out what I was going to do.
What am I going to do?
Yeah,
this is like 2015. No, 2016.
15 or 16.
Okay.
And then he's like, come out to Houston. So I go out to Houston, and I'm learning how to train. I knew how to do all the football stuff, but it's different when you're teaching other people how to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm learning as we go. And it's a great environment because Justin's brother actually played in the NFL. He was Dwayne Allen. He played for the Patriots and the Colts for a minute.
Okay.
So he had a great NFL background. There was a lot of NFL guys around. There's a lot of pros around. So I got to see what stuff was supposed to look like. Like they would come, the NFL players, in spite of what you hear about them being arrogant and stuff, but them the coolest dudes you wouldn't even know they was in the NFL. Half of them dudes, the way they would talk to you and treat you, treat you like with respect, like you a grown ass man, like you would think they would be arrogant and all that stuff. Man, they was cool as hell, and like just learning how to be a pro from them, seeing what they eat. I'm like, damn, this what this nigga. That's a meal. Damn, they didn't prepare this nigga meals with all his macros and micros and exact calories
from the 9.
From the like he's stretching and he's got it'll be NFL players that got stretching coaches. They'll come and stretch him. Like they really like because that's their job. They take that money, invest it in themselves. Yeah. Like it'll be guys that come in at 5 a.m., do a workout, eat, and then they'll leave. They'll get like treatment, like doing ice baths and deep tissue massage, and they'll come back at like 1 or 2, work out again. Stretching coach will come stretch them out. They'll eat again, go home, relax, do the same thing next day. Do that shit for like 2 months straight. And they're just investing in themselves and just seeing how it's done the right way.
Yeah.
Because they always
with the good food,
yes,
with the proper training,
everything. And then it was like you see them going above and beyond, like we talked about before.
Yeah.
Like there was players that like were working with like ballerina coaches to be light on their feet, so they're real nimble on their feet, like stuff like that. And seeing it again and just it was like a refresher. Like damn, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. Because after a while, you kind of forget, and you remember again, like damn, this is how it's supposed to be. It's how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. So after a while, I ended up moving back to Dallas, just because there was more opportunity here.
Yeah.
And there was the gym that I'm at right now. There was an old owner, and she knew my homeboy Andron. And she was like, she's looking for trainers, and I was like, cool, I'll come train there, and I'll supplement that by working at Fitness Connection.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was training at Fitness Connection and training people over there for like a year, and then I started transitioning into just training over there and not at Fitness Connection. So Fitness Connection was good in the point for new and upcoming trainers. You're gonna want to work at a commercial gym for the experience, not for the money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fitness Connection, 24-hour fitness.
yeah, you want to work for the experience, not the money. They're gonna try to get you to stay there, like your whole career,
Yeah.
type shit. And although money's not everything, I mean, it does play. It plays a good role. You want to live comfortably.
Yeah. You want
And
to control.
and it
like,
ain't even about being wealthy. You just want to be able to live. Because with the
Yeah.
just off the Fitness Connection alone, you're not gonna be able to. You can't. It's
Yeah.
gonna be. You'll live on your. You can live on your own, but it'll be tough.
Yeah. Because
But
you don't have control on like how you getting paid. They give you a fixed cost.
I mean, well,
for
it's kind of like that. What they
sort.
did was they would give you clients and just tell you put them on your schedule. You were an independent contractor within their building. Yeah. So I mean, you made your own schedule and all that. It's like an intro to training class. That's all it was. So I trained there for 2 years, and then I was like, you know what? I built up a pretty good clientele at Fitness Connection. I think I'm gonna start just going full time at the other spot.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
What
started
spot?
at the time it was called Two More Fitness. That's the building.
Oh,
that
the
we're in
gym
now.
that
Yeah.
you're in right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's called Two More Fitness, and then I would just pay her a monthly retainer just to train out of the gym.
Okay.
So I started doing personal training. I started doing boot camps, and then I started. And I like to cater to the lower middle class
Yeah.
when it comes to my prices and stuff, because I just feel like, just because you don't have the means doesn't mean you should be able to get healthy. Because sometimes
Yeah.
training can be expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
Yeah, and
and
it's
they'll use
expensive.
that. Yeah, they'll use that as like, well, see, that's why I can't do personal training because I don't got.
Yeah.
So trying to like,
Try to
I
use an
understand
excuse.
that.
So my whole
I
thing
understand that.
was I train a lot of people in volume. Like I train like 15 people in a day just because they can afford it.
Yeah.
So I'm training back to, as opposed to other trainers will train like 4 or 5 clients a day. I could train 15 in a day. Like I'll train this person for an hour, she's out. Next one come in, 15 for an hour, she's out. And I'd rather be busy than just sitting around. You know what I'm saying? So I started worrying about just training the people and stop worrying about the money and all that stuff. And it just came together by itself. Yeah.
Does it go by like pretty fast? I would say throughout the day when it comes to training.
Yeah. And the good thing about our spot is the energy's like this at all times at the spot. You walk in, like as soon as you walk in, 5:30 in the morning, it's Pooh Shiesty playing, blasting on the radio.
Yeah.
5:30 in the morning. Like the trainers in this 5 train. Like I'll come in 5:30 in the morning, there's already 4 trainers in there. Like I dap everybody up, we right into it. From 5:30, and it's like that in there from 5:30 in the morning to like 10 p.m. at night. Every day. Just in and out.
It's a different kind of culture. There's a lot of people that are not from like sports. They probably had like a shock, like, oh wow, like this is like a different experience.
Yeah.
It's not like, a 24-hour fitness.
Yeah. We like to create an environment in which an environment that you create in your own head when you got your headphones on.
Yeah.
And you're in the gym. Like you add a 24-hour fitness. The environment that you got in your headphones, we try to bring it to life. Like that's why all our trainers are energetic. All our trainers understand the importance of like positive affirmation. All our trainers understand that, like you got to be constantly learning. All our trainers understand that like it's not me against you. It's like we're like Young Money. Like you got Lil Wayne, you got Nicki, you got Drake, but we're all under one roof.
Yeah.
They all doing our own thing, but at the end of the day, we all under one roof. We all collab. We all always do everything together.
So let me ask you this. So before at that building, it was called what?
Two More Fitness.
Two More Fitness. So like, how did it end up becoming from that to Triple D?
So it's crazy because I had a goal of owning a gym by the time I turned 35. I said when I turn 35, I want to open a gym. That's a goal. That's a long-term goal.
Cut that in half, man.
We didn't cut that. So I was like, when I turn 35, I want to open a gym. I want to do my own thing. But from then till now, I'm just going to build up my clientele, do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then what happened was the old owner, she was also an engineer.
Okay.
So she didn't have time to run the place at all. Like I would see her at first I would see her every day. And then I started seeing her like twice a week. And then once a month. And it was like, Doki, I'm running operations at that hoe. Like I'm the one taking the trash out, you know,
Yeah.
bringing shit back in, opening the doors, locking the doors. And I'm just, I told her like, no, I can handle this fine. Don't worry. You just handle work. I'm here. I'm here all day. You don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So she ended up trusting me doing that. And I was running it pretty well. She was like, do you want to take over?
Oh,
Like my lease is over in a month. You want to take over? And I was like, yes, let's do the paperwork right now. Let's get up. And I got up out of my seat. I was at home. I said, I got up. Nope. Let's go. Let's move with the building manager. Let's do it. And I didn't know shit about business. I didn't know anything, but I knew I couldn't pass up on that opportunity. Like we was gonna learn as we go, and whatever happens.
So hold on. So I guess like this gym that she had, was this like a side investment that she was trying to see come forward? What was her
I
purpose
think
with
it was a side investment that she ended up not having the time for. She had definitely had the resources. She
Yeah.
just didn't have the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was able to just pick up. So
Look,
it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna acquire this business for like thousands of dollars. It was just like, nah, my lease is up.
Yeah.
You want to take over the lease?
Yeah. And then that's around that time when that happened. That's when I got the settlement.
Dang. Whoa.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So how did that come about?
So, like she had the place had good bombs.
Yeah.
Like they had a squat rack and kind of a jungle gym and a couple machines, and we were just making stuff work, like with
Dang.
kettlebells and like I'm doing straight kettlebell workout, no bands, no nothing, no ropes, nothing. We doing kettlebell, full body,
Wait,
everything.
hold on. So like, this was when she got it. It wasn't really furnished with like equipment.
Not really.
But when she left with it, like it was all there. So basically, like you got all that equipment for free, basically.
No, we built that up.
Yeah, you built it up, but like, what was I mean, whatever that was there.
Yeah, whatever was there. So we ended up just settling on how much. So I ended up just paying her for the equipment that was already left.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So once I did that, we jumped right into it. Like next day, let's go.
The settlement came in clutch and just right before in time where like the lease is about to be up.
Yep, it came right in there.
Shit,
crazy. And we hit the ball rolling from there. Yeah. We went, and I remember that day I went Fitness Connection was like, bro, like all the trainers was because most of the trainers are from Fitness Connection. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, look, I'm about to open a gym.
Yeah,
let's get it. But this is what we're gonna do. Everybody gonna dip.
Yep.
Take your clients, charge them. You can charge them whatever you want to charge them, but you're gonna be able to keep most of your profits, and you work less time. Everybody got up and was like, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go and let's do it. So,
damn.
Yeah, that's how we started. That's how we started. And it's crazy because I mean we have a lot of trainers have so many clients that been there since day one, even at Fitness Connection.
Wow.
Yeah, and they still there. Like I just seen them today.
So talk about like you finally like putting on your business cap on and like navigating through that, because it's different from just being just self-employed, but as a business owner and managing a team and managing a facility and multiple clients, how that even like marketing, social media, stuff like that. Like talk about like how you learned that and like what how you learn about that.
Luckily, we grew up in the social media area.
Yeah.
So it was not that hard. So I kind of learned as you start learning about logarithms and all this other stuff, and you kind of learning as you go. So with the marketing and stuff, I be helping out most of the trainers with their stuff. They also do a really good job themselves. Like our trainers will post some shit, and I'll be like, "What? Who your video guy? Give me his info. We need to shoot with him like soon. Like this video's hard."
Yeah.
Like that was kind of easy, and we have like a little system with all the trainers too that we all post each other's stuff. So the outreach you have an outreach times 10 because there's 10 of us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
So the marketing, luckily for us, so everybody's kind of in the same age range. The marketing is easy. We all have a social media presence somehow, some way. So I already had my social media presence just because of jigging and GGE and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just took that, and it was an easy conversion from just taking my page to dancing and all that stuff to boom, it's into fitness, just like that. Because it went from
Yeah.
dancing and all that stuff to football right into fitness. So it was an easy transition.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
And like, so the opening of that gym started what year?
2020.
2020. Oh, so like that was. Oh wow.
We
So that
opened
was
June 1st, 2020.
okay.
So we made it we survived almost the worst of the pandemic.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah. Those were some
So
trying times.
so talk about how that affected your business.
So that we ended up shutting down doors for like a month, and then all the people did a lot of virtual training. Luckily, the building manager was able to work with us
Okay.
on our lease and stuff. But yeah, we were doing mostly virtual training, and then it got to a point where we were doing shit outside, like right outside the gym.
Okay.
You know, people was distancing like 10 feet, and we'd just be yelling like, "Do this and this, 5 sets of this, do this, let's go." We got a portable radio outside. Everybody just outside.
Damn.
Like, we found different ways, and
Yeah. Yeah. Just to be more innovative.
yeah,
Man. Yeah. That was interesting.
yeah. Those were some pretty nerve wracking times, but hey, we made it.
So as far as I mean, we don't have to go into specifics. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I ain't want anybody pocket watching. But like how like just running a gym, like I guess for people that want to like start their own gym, like
Mhm.
how profitable is like running the gym?
It really depends on how you run it. You can run it like a commercial gym and kind of to do the membership thing, but we
Hmm.
kind of run it. The way we run it is like we're a bunch of independent entities under the same group, under the
Okay.
same roof, and I kind of run operations in the back
Okay.
while everybody's doing their own thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll take care of all the behind the scenes stuff, like getting new equipment. Yeah, just making sure like everything's up to code with the city. And
Okay. So like the trainers have their own individual like personal and group trainings, right?
So
Okay.
everybody has their own prices, everything. They do their own personal stuff. So like what I do is I organize the classes. Like if they want to do a boot camp or something, they just holler at me. I put them on schedule. So just to make
Okay.
sure the boot camps aren't running into each other. And we got four
Got it.
different boot camps going at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. How do people like sign up and stuff?
So all of our booking is done through the actual either you'll have to reach out to an individual trainer too. You won't be able to go
Okay.
to the Triple D Performance Center page to book.
Yeah.
But all of our trainers, it's easy to book with them. You can either DM them or they have the book now option in their Instagram profiles or on Twitter. Really, everybody's DM friendly. You can just DM somebody and they'll get you on the schedule.
Yeah. Wow. That's a beautiful story, man.
Yep.
So like I would say, you know, from childhood all the way to high school, you know, what you went through in college and run this gym, I would say like what is like your takeaway or certain principles that you live by that just keeps you going?
So I've learned just through everything that I've been through and just being in the business and being in the business of personal training and just in the having owning the business. Don't get too high on your highs and don't get too low on your lows. You gotta stay even kill. So you celebrate your victories, but you don't go overboard with it.
Hmm.
All right. So you might have some lows and you might wallow in it for a second, but don't wallow in it too long. Just stay even kill.
Yeah.
Always stay even kill.
Very good.
And then I really believe that like positive affirmations are everything
Hmm.
because like the power of the tongue. When you say something, when you say something, you got to make it happen.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna say something, it needs to be positive.
Yeah, you
Like
got to get your head right.
yeah, so like people will come in the gym and be like, oh, "I'm so fat," do that, and I'm like, "Hey, we don't do that though.
Yeah.
Leave that at the door. You look good.
You look
You
good.
look good." Yeah,
Man,
man.
yeah, I saw like your Instagram videos,
Hmm.
and like I noticed how like you know like when everybody come like I know they can just really just count on you as far as like bringing the energy up and just setting the pace. You know what I'm saying? Like especially like those Monday mornings. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like it, but then like what you said, Pooh Shiesty blasting everybody
in the morning. Pooh Shiesty, you can't help but get live. You got Pooh Shiesty blasting on the speaker in the morning.
Shit. Where can they find you? Like what's your socials and stuff? Like,
so my Instagram is Sam_dos_Ekis 2X.
Yeah, definitely New Mexico State influenced the hell out of you.
Yeah, it definitely did. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you.
You went from seeing me 2 times to.
But it's crazy because Dos Equis means 2X in Spanish. People don't know that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why we, you know what I'm saying? A little razzle dazzle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam_dos Equis 2X on Twitter or on Instagram, and on Twitter it's Sam_dos_tiempos.
Okay.
Like 2 times.
All right.
I'm speaking a little Spanish out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Got a little.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say my last question, man. So how you find Chi-Chi, man? How you find her, man?
Damn, you throwing curveballs, shit.
What's going on, man?
We just started messaging on, like, well, we would just laugh at each other's stories on Instagram, and it just went from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, hey, maybe we should start texting. We can get to know you.
What year y'all meet?
Last year.
Oh, last year. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all doing good.
Yeah, well, not last. Well, 2019. The end of
towards it, like
yeah.
Okay.
Like it was 2019, really.
Last quarter.
Yeah.
2019. Yeah. Okay. Now I see y'all doing y'all thing, especially like y'all working out together. Like like I can tell like she's like y'all on the same program.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's my baby, man. She keep my head right.
Yeah. Go ahead and shout out.
Shout out, baby girl.
Yeah. But man, I mean, like I would say that your story is very influential, and the way you was able to bounce back, like you did, it's phenomenal.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, look good.
Appreciate that. No, you look good.
You
look good.
All right, man. Want to say any last words, man?
No, y'all just come to the spot. You want to get right? Come to the DDD Performance Center. We're at 2405 East Beltline Road, Carrollton, Texas 75006. We there from 5:30 in the morning to 10 at night.
Damn.
Just walk in and just come talk to somebody. We'll get you right, or just come on my social media, book with me. We'll get you. If I can't train you, then one of my trainers can train you. Look, come get it. Come get that work. Come get it. You look good.
You look good.
Don't forget it.
All right, that's Sam, everybody. All right,
yes, sir.
Y'all have a good one. All right, we out.
Bet that.
Bet.
That was good.
Yeah, that was real good.
That was good.
You liked it?
Yeah, bro. That shit was good. It was fun. I lost track of time.
Yeah. It go by pretty fast, man.
It go by real fast.